All right, good evening, good evening, good evening, good people. It's another episode of the Men's Lounge. Definitely, once you know it's 9 o'clock already on a Thursday, you know we are going to come your way with another exciting episode of the Men's Lounge. Thanks to all our sponsors and thanks to all the people who have made this possible. Last week we had a discussion that had to do with that word, childlessness. Childlessness. Try pronouncing it like 3 times on a row. You realize why I slowed down. Childlessness. We learned a lot. It was quite. There was a lot we learned really about how whether it's very essential in marriages or not. But it was in 2 ways. Yes, it is very essential, but there was an underlying thing. A man and a woman lives to become one. We didn't say a man and a woman and a child lives to become one. It's a gift from God. If you get it, yes. If you don't get it, make sure your marriage still stays. So that's what we discussed last week. This week, there's something very exciting that I'll be talking about. But before we go on, I want to give a very, very, very big congratulations to one of our programs, Team Girl Talk. Girl Vibe, actually, yes, Girl Vibe. They won an award, and that's Messi B. We call her Messi B. I'm sure you know her real name, but we call her Messi B, and I'm sure you also know she's Messi B. She won an award for an outstanding, one of the outstanding shows that we have at eTVGhana, and so we want to say a very big congratulations. I wish I could bring her here, maybe next week. It was actually the COA award, and she won that award, and we are very excited because she's part of us. She's a girl, we are the guys. Well, we need to support them. You know why we are here. We are going to bash them, but at the end of the day, we still support them anyway. And so congratulations to you, Messi B, and your team for winning the COA award. Maybe somewhere next week. We still don't want to break our virginity. No, we are still guys. But who knows? I might bring Messi here to tell us about how the show really has worked and how did she win? I'm interested. However, we supported them, so we are excited. Now, today's topic is going to be very exciting. But before we go on, one thing I want to tell you is that eTV is still 11 years, okay? And there's a lot going on here, so I would urge you to be part of it. Now, there's something I need to let you know. So, healthy discourse on matters pertaining to national development help to build strong national institutions. Intense polarization, on the other hand, reduces discussions on national issues to just the perspective of a few. Instead of emotional outbursts over national issues, let's focus on facts, okay? Fact Sheet, a new current affairs show that seeks to delve deeper into the facts surrounding burning national issues, is coming soon on eTVGhana. So we'll be talking a lot of current issues, current affairs, and we'll be discussing them into details. But the most important thing is that we'll be putting out the fact, the truth. That is what we mean by the fact. So if it's not a fact, it will not be discussed on that particular show. Fact Sheet is what the name is called. And so it's coming soon on eTVGhana, your world of quality entertainment. Now, another thing I need to let you know is that GMABC, the group, is also having the Entrepreneurship Week. And so to discover a business, you need to unravel the idea. To start and sustain a business, you need funds to carry the dream through. Stay enlightened in the month of October. Well, on all GMABC platforms, as we bring you thought-provoking discussions and interviews on business ideas, idea generation and development, financing opportunities, managing and sustaining your startup, and many more discussions on entrepreneurship. That word. When I was in school, it was such a word to pronounce, entrepreneurship. I'll tell you what other people said. So for sponsorship and partnership, please call 020-222-2095 and also 0242-884571. That's the number. GMABC Entrepreneurship Month. Create and sustain your ideas. Now, I want to urge you to feel free to join us on all our discussions as we're going to have today on all our Facebook platforms. All our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at eTVGhana. Now, it will get to a point also where we'll open the phone line, and the number will be 0555-657278. When the phone line is open, please make sure to contribute. I'm going to go on my very first break. When I'm back, we'll go straight to the discussions. Please stay with us. All right, so welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are on the Men's Lounge. Definitely, you know it's a Thursday, and as far as it's 9 p.m. already, we're definitely going to come your way with very exciting discussions. And so last week, like I said earlier, we spoke about childlessness, and we are done with that. Today, we are talking about the petty unconscious mistakes that women make. But really, the whole topic has to do with what about the women turns the men on and what turns us, the men, off. And that's what we are discussing today. So with me in the studio, I have Kosi Fiaka. Kosi happens to be an extraordinaire, public speaker, MC extraordinaire, and a moderator also. And he's a strategist. As to whatever he strategizes, you tell me today. And I also have Victor Ofori Apiano, who happens to be the CEO of Apavon Concepts. Gentlemen, Akwaba. Kosi, I didn't say you should talk.
Oh my God.
I did not say you should speak, Kosi. Hold on. Victor Akwaba. Everything nice.
Very good.
Before we go on this particular topic, there is something I want to show you. So please stay tuned and watch this.
So some of the things that women do that drives a men away, I think women that are too demanding. Okay? Women that are too demanding, women again that do not show respect, women that are not able to keep home, women that that insult, women that compete with men. You are supposed to compliment your man. You are not supposed to compete with. So if you are in a certain position, you must be able to give the man that respect in a ways to show that you are not competing with him, because you are supposed to compliment him. So women that compete with men is a turn off for a man. Women that do not dress well, it's a turn off for a man. And dressing well does not mean you dress provocatively. You must dress to present yourself well. So if you're a woman and you don't know how to dress, it's a total turn off for a man. Okay? And I think a lot more, but from what can come on top of my head, disrespect, not dressing well. In our part of the world, a woman that does not know how to keep a home, much more prepare food, and not being able to serve the man is a turn-off. Because for us, in our culture, respect for a man comes together with serving the man. So if you are not serving the man, to the man, it's a sign of disrespect and it's a turn-off. All right? Yeah.
Who is God-fearing, and a woman who is very decent and respectful. If a woman is humble, decent, and respectful, it turns me on.
What is your biggest turn-off in a woman?
What turns me off about a woman is a woman who normally start demanding. Immediately you meet them, start proposing, start going out, have a date with the person, and start telling you that I need money, I need that, I need that. You know, you must let the relationship flow to some extent before you start asking from the person.
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, and also, you know, when the person, first of all, you must be attracted by something, but when the person comes closer to you, you get to know that, you know, he has some sort of sense, you get me? It tells you, because I used to have some people in class, you know. I was sitting close by a certain lady who was, you know, a close, colleague. I realized that she has a smelly hair. And normally when I see it, it turns me off. Although, you know, because of the smelly hair, it normally turns me off. I hope you get me. And so if the woman looks good, it turns me on. Very intelligent, turns me on. If it's very humble and God-fearing, it turns me on. But if she smells and also start demanding certain things from you from the initial stage of the relationship, it normally puts me off. Because if you do that, I will not even call you again. I wouldn't want you to get closer. At least you must let the relationship flow to some extent before making demands or anything that you have. I hope you get me. Because relationship is not a means for, getting all that you want. But, you know, relate to each other. It's a relationship. It is not a point for you to be demanding from the person.
I'm very religious, so I would say I love ladies that are very God-fearing. And also, for me, when it comes to natural beauty, I love natural beauty. I love the slim type and with the back. That's all I can say.
What's your biggest turn off?
For me, I don't like big or fat girls, fat ladies. And also, if you are not religious as a Christian, I can't go with you.
So you heard what people had to say from the outside. It kind of sounds very interesting. You heard all those interesting comments. People look at the hair, the dressing. But one thing I picked from all that I heard was a woman is supposed to complement, not to compete with a man. Gentlemen, Akwaba once again. Yeah. Before I come to you, let me just share this. So I need you to start sharing your thoughts on this topic as we go on our WhatsApp platform, which is 02022 22054. Let the comments start coming. When it gets to a point where the phone lines will be open, I will mention the phone line again so that you can be part of this discussion. Kosi, sorry, and then Victor, Akwaba.
Well, finally, you've granted me my independence after trying to bully.
Speak now. You have only 10 seconds. You have nothing to say, Victor. Speak.
So, this topic is very, very, very dicey. And, very delicate as well. Now, we are talking about things that turns us on and off. And for me, I believe it needs to be categorized in 2 ways.
In 2 ways,
yeah. So, for instance, these 2 categories I'm talking about is whether you are talking about a marriage kind of relationship
or not married,
or dating.
Okay, before we go there, let me just put this across. So, we all know very well, okay, that women definitely will do everything in their power to get the attention of their partner, just as even men will do. All right. So, what is the first thing? What really is the first thing that attracts men to women?
Well, there's a school of thought that says men are moved by what they see, and women are moved by what they hear. As to how accurate that school of thought is, and who actually came up with that school of thought, I do not know. Because I believe we see myriads of beautiful women every single day. A lot of women that we probably would want to approach and speak to.
Yeah.
But then again, we pick one based on a certain predisposition. And what's that main predisposition? The temperament of the woman.
Okay.
How relatable she is. Most importantly, a lot of men may disagree with me, but how much to what degree she understands us for who we are. Because everybody has their faults. Everybody has their ways and means. Everybody is a certain way.
Yeah.
A lot of us want to be with somebody that would be able to deal with us. So as much as we would see a lot of beautiful women and interact with a lot of them, the one that we resonate with the most, ideally, is the one that we choose. Unfortunately, a lot of men resonate with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or more women.
Yeah, like Kosi, Charlie, no, go on.
Charlie, the brand is intact too.
Go on.
But ideally, it's who we resonate with. So for me, it's about that connection. How is that connection established? Is it based on how she looks, how she speaks, how she relates to you, what she's wearing, her perfume, where she hangs out, or her body shape? These are lots of questions that run through our minds. But if you ask a man, pick one thing in a woman that made you decide that this is what turned me on, or this is what made me want to be with her, trust me, you'll struggle.
You can't choose her.
You
Are you saying men are confused?
Kosi,
speak for yourself, please.
No, I'm not saying that. If I ask you,
it's quite true. Sometimes, yeah.
Are you saying are you agreeing that men are confused?
No, we are not confused.
I'm putting it to you as well.
Please, I'm the one that's Victor.
So it really, really differs. As I said, probably at that time of my life, I'm looking for someone to just date and explore.
Okay.
So the things I look out for will be different from the time I'm ready to get married and settle down and all that. Yeah. So at every point, there's something we look out for. And for me, when it gets to a stage of probably settling down, you want to look at someone who, as Kosi said, would compliment you and by driving with your vision. Someone who believes in what you do, someone who you feel can roll with you. That kind of ride or die, kind of lady. Yeah. So for me, the first thing the first thing that gets me turned on when I see a lady and I want to settle down with is basically the fact that she shares my ideas, with me. Yeah.
Let's look at the turn-offs. Okay. I'm very much interested in that. The turn-offs, Victor.
Yeah.
What are some of the turn-offs?
Okay.
What will turn a man off?
So this is a very.
I'm trying not to make it personal, Victor.
Issue the disclaimer. Don't worry.
What disclaimer?
No, ladies, please don't take this personal.
Victor, what are the turn-offs?
Okay, so for instance, we start dating, all right, and I've not said anything. Okay, we are studying each other. All of a sudden, let's go and see my mom. Let's go and see my grandmom. As a man, I'm not at that point in my life. Probably I'm not ready to settle. I'm not ready to, you know, go that deep to make that commitment.
But you're just going to say hello to grandma and
oh,
but you and I
no,
know
yeah. Of course, yeah. You and I know that when grandma comes in,
you're putting the official stamp on it.
Exactly. Yes. I remember at one time I was I dating? Like we were getting to know each other, a lady and I. And one time, her friend, a guy, came around and she introduced me. You know, to at that time we're not really dating. I've not proposed to you. The guy was like, "Hey, what about the Etsnasi you?" And I was like, "Hey, relax. I mean, I'm not here to, you know, I'm just studying the water. I mean, testing the water, studying to see how it goes." So at that time, at that point, it just put me off, you know, because I realized that she was kind of introducing me to that level where I was not ready for. Yeah. So that's one of the things that I mean, there's like they jump the gun, you know. They go too fast.
Yeah. So it's one of the turn-offs.
Yes.
What else?
Yes. Yeah. One other thing is, some ladies would want to, I don't know why they do that, but anywhere you go, oh, buy this for me, buy that for me. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I mean, yeah, it's fine, but excessiveness of it is bad. It's crazy.
They become a bit too demanding at that point. And it's too early, really.
Yeah, it's too early. Now, let's come to the marriage part.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said this is in two forms.
Yeah.
In marriage, the thing that really turns me on is excessive nagging. Yeah, nagging is normal, it's natural, but
it's a complete turn-off.
It's a complete turn-off. Because per the work I do, I'm an IT guy, and you go to work and there's, you know, trouble here and there. You're always troubleshooting this, doing that. So you come home and you're coming back to a comfort zone where you want to lay your head, when you want to just relax and free your mind. You know, sometimes you want to get into a lone mood. That empty box.
Yeah.
You know, and wifey comes and, "Oh, Victor, you didn't do this. You didn't buy this. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?"
Yeah, but you didn't buy it.
Yeah, but you know, but there's a time for everything. I mean, there's a time to express all those. Not when I'm so tired. When I come home, I expect, "Oh, how was work? Oh, pass your hands around my head. I mean, through my hair, and ask me how was work." You know, not meet me with problems because I'm coming from problems.
So just troubleshoot, just as you always do. Is that not what you're supposed to be doing?
No.
Because
Charlie, this thing.
I want the turn-offs.
You see, I tell people something all the time. What men need is peace of mind. Okay? Can give a man $1 million. Once he has peace of mind, he's good to go. Now, a lot of women don't understand the fact that all men need is peace of mind. When you do something to disturb a man's peace of mind, you become public enemy number one. He's not going to tell you. His actions would. He probably would walk away from you. Now, you see, men, unlike women, don't do a lot of nagging. They silently walk away. They don't talk too much. Definitely. So one of the biggest turn-offs is a woman who, in one way or the other, will take away that peace of mind. There are lots of ways that can be done. He talked about the people who need 2,000 cedis urgently every week. The people who only care about themselves and what will make them happy. So they don't think about the man. A lot of women believe that it's a man's responsibility to ensure that they are comfortable. Fair enough, the man is supposed to protect the woman. But then again, there's always a complementary effort between the two of them. Men face pressure as it is by virtue of the fact that they are men. I mean, we all had to be a man now. How?
Of course, it's a scam.
Yeah, by virtue of the fact that you are a man, there's already pressure on your head.
Yeah.
You don't want any extra pressure. Another thing is, for a lot of women, they have certain perceptions about men, which they carry across every single man they're with. So you meet women who tell you every man cheats, or every man is men are scum. You know, statements like that. By virtue of those perceptions, they would always put you in a certain bracket.
Yeah.
And that's a major turn-off for men.
Until you prove otherwise.
I mean, a lot of times you don't even have to prove it. You don't even have to prove anything. You meet a girl, and from the onset, she's utterly suspicious of you because she feels that every man is supposed to cheat. Once a man finds that out, as much as he's committed, he's disappointed.
Yeah.
And it's a major turn-off for men because at the end of the day, it takes away your peace of mind.
True.
Now we are going from the realm of the emotional to the physical. Every man wants his woman to look good. I mean, you want her to, wear the amazing stuff, look good at home, look good in the bedroom, look good when
yeah,
you're
but they'll
going
tell
out.
you need to make them look good.
You see, don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there. If I meet you and you're looking good, you have a certain sense of responsibility, it's a major turn on for me. Now, a lot of women, I mean, I'm not generalizing because I just spoke against generalization. They have a certain sense of, I'm trying to find the right words to use here, entitlement. They have a sense of entitlement. And for a lot of men as well, that is a major, major, major turn off. You see girls saying, I can't date a broke man. I can't date a man who can buy me Brazilian hair.
Hey.
I mean, everybody wants to spoil his woman and make her look good and all of that. But he wants to do it within his own capacity. He doesn't want to be pressured into going out there and doing all the stuff that the woman would prescribe simply because she's seen it elsewhere. And another thing men don't like, they don't like comparison. It's the biggest turn off for every man. If you're a woman and you're watching this show right about now, no matter what you're going through with whichever man you're with, never ever compare him to whoever you've been with or anybody else. Simply because naturally men have a certain ego. Naturally, they're created and born with that ego. Once you puncture that ego, it's a major
I've heard a lot of people talk about how that particular thing breaks a lot of relationships.
Definitely.
And it's like 60-70% of what brings a lot of relationships to just an abrupt end.
Definitely, because there's a saying that goes like, the only thing we all have in common is the fact that we are unique.
Yeah.
It's a crazy oxymoron, but it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, we're all different. So what you see is what you get. Make the most of it.
So you know what? I'm going to go on a break, and when we are back, we'll just shoot straight. I have a few more things that I need to find out. We'll go on this break when we are back. Please stay tuned. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are discussing the turn-ons and turn-offs that men have when it comes to women. So what turns us off or what turns us on when it comes to women. And I'm in the studio with Kosi and then Victor doing justice to the topic. Before I proceed, let me take this and some of the messages that you are sending. So this is coming from, okay, so my name is Modibo from Tema. What turns me off in relationship is when you always want me to complain about same thing always, most especially when you're being corrected and you rather get angry. So that's a turn off for Modibo. And somebody also, this is Jake from Takwa. Jake says, a lady has to be tolerant and respect the man regardless of the situation and sees you as the head. So if you don't do this, then it becomes a complete turn off for the man. Yeah. Victor, these turn offs, do they cut across for every man?
To a large extent, yes.
To a large extent.
Yeah. I wanted to make a point here. So basically, we describe a lot of things or mention a lot of things that turns men on. And in a broad spectrum, what we are trying to say is anything that makes the man feel less of a man, turns him off. There's one controversial turn off that I don't want to mention. I'm sure this one will also bring some argument. Now, one thing that turns me off, is a lady who, especially our Christian ladies, and especially those who are very, hooked to their prophets and their pastors, and sometimes even listen to them more than their own parents.
Yeah,
and that's a big turn off. Because for me, what it tells me is that when
and they're in church almost every day of the week.
Yes. And when we get married, and your pastor says, Jack, do this or do that, you listen to him
more than your husband.
Exactly. And that's a major turn off. So basically anything that makes me feel less of a man, rubbing things in my face. Oh yeah, of course, I know probably I did something wrong, but we just talk about it and let it go, But you did, sometimes they try and they talk so much that it's like they want you to feel the pain.
They
like
oversay the
they
same
oversay
thing.
it, and we don't want, we've heard, we don't want that,
We know.
we wronged, I'm sorry, but they just keep rubbing it in our faces, and that's one big major turn off.
Because is it the same thing like for all men? Is it the same things that turn us off?
To a certain extent. Now, he talked at the beginning. We talked about something about the egos of men and competition. Okay, somebody just sent me a message and said, "Feminists turn men on." That's just joke. Just 10 men off. I mean, come on. But to a certain extent, okay, competition, healthy competition is amazing. But you see, a man is supposed to compliment a woman, and a woman is supposed to compliment a man. I'll give you an example. If you were at home at 12 midnight, a man and a woman, and there was a knock on the door at 12 midnight, who's expected to go and answer the door?
The man.
Why?
12 midnight.
The man
You
of the
expect a
house.
woman to go. What are you talking about?
Definitely, because the man has a certain position.
Yes.
If a man tells a woman to go, she'll be like, "Are you okay? Like, why should I go? You are the man of the house."
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it means the man has a certain position,
Yeah.
based on where nature has placed him. Now, once women respect that position and they understand that we are complementing each other, we are good to go. Across the board, every man will feel belittled by a woman who puts him beneath his social status.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no man at all in this world who wouldn't feel punctured.
No,
by
that's
that.
absolutely true.
Definitely. So across the board, that's one of the things that generally would turn men on. Now, women also have to understand a certain factor. People complain about baby boys being all over the place. I mean, my son is a nightmare. I'm not going to talk about him. We'll finish tomorrow. But men are naturally adventurous beings by nature. I'm going to go into a very controversial section of this right about now. You see, a lot of men do things for the sake of it. They are not emotionally driven. Women are more emotionally driven than men. But then it's hard for women to understand that men act on certain instincts other than emotion. By virtue of that, certain things that women will see as a big deal, a lot of men wouldn't. Now, we've had cases where a guy will see a lady who he probably is very cool with and call her sweetie pie and odoyiwu and all of that. And the woman will be peeved because she doesn't understand that is as trivial as it comes. By virtue of that, she would probably complain about every single thing the man would do in relation to the opposite sex. For a lot of men, it's a big turn off because they believe they've made a certain commitment to you. Everything else is a triviality. To a very, very, very large extent. That I believe across board is as well. Another key thing is women need to understand the demeanor of men. If you don't understand a man, you'd probably be having expectations that are in Boga and reality will be in Axim. Once you understand the demeanor of a man and how a man thinks and how a man will react to certain things, trust me, you've probably got into the final. All you need to do is get your hands on the trophy and lift it. But then a lot of women, instead of understanding a man, would want to mold a man. It would hardly ever work. Okay? They would want a malleable man who they can mold. So he can pretend to be molded, but he would always be him.
Of course.
No matter how hard you try.
So
for a lot of men, that's one of the biggest turn-offs. Women who try to mold them, other than women who try to understand them and reach certain compromises. Because there are certain things about human beings, no matter how hard you try, you probably could never change. All they could do is they could pretend and make you believe that you've changed. It doesn't mean that you have. So for a lot of men, this is one of the major turn-offs. Women who try to mold. And we talked about pastors. You put all sorts of ideas in these women's heads and say all sorts of things to them. For a lot of men as well. You see, when you are jaw-drawing opinions with a man, okay, because of his ego and the fact that he probably has a stand before he comes in, a lot of times women have to understand that it's not supposed to be an argument. It's supposed to be a conversation. Okay? Once you turn a conversation into an argument, he probably would not then agree with you and go and do the opposite. Because that's exactly how he's created. He's created to be an adventurous and stubborn being. But you see, women don't understand the fact that they also have the keys to a man. One of the easiest things to do is to control them. And I'm not going to reveal the secrets. They're watching. They probably would want to know.
There's a lot more women watching today, actually.
Yeah, I mean, they probably would want to know.
Yeah.
But there's a way to do it. Okay, and then, like I said, I'll review that later, probably before we walk out of here. But there's a way to do it.
Gozzy, say it.
Oh my God.
No. Say it, Kosi.
No.
Oh, no,
Today,
you have to keep them in suspense.
No, because they want to know.
No, we'll tell them.
Keep them in
Kosi, say
suspense.
it.
Oh, we'll tell them.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
Kosi, don't tell them.
Okay, let them vote. Let the women vote on WhatsApp.
They'll have to pay for it.
if you want the secret, they should vote on WhatsApp.
You go, Kosi. Yes, Victor.
Let me chip in something.
Yeah.
One other thing that turns men off generally is when you want to behave like my mom.
It's when what?
You, the lady, want to behave like my mom. Already, I'm coming out of a home like the house. I'm kind of running away from mommy pressure and all that. You are out there, mom will call you. Victor, where are you?
Hey, that question.
Victor, who are you with? Victor, what are you doing?
What am I coming home?
What am I? Yeah, exactly. And it's a major turn off. You know, sometimes it gives us the impression that you don't trust us.
Yeah.
And probably I'm just hanging out with my friends, watching football, or just doing regular stuff. Probably I'm even at work. I stayed, late.
But Victor, I think sometimes also we should also realize that some of the things are very unconscious of the women. For example, they probably care so much that they just want to know if you're okay. That's why they ask those questions.
Oh no, sometimes you have.
Or you think it's become a thing that they overdo?
Yes. Sometimes it's like they want to just be in your business, kind of like. I don't know whether it's.
They should be in your business. Look, if you're married, what do you expect?
Oh yeah, but everybody needs a little bit of space. Yes, and you need to give them man that kind of space. And I'm sure every man will agree with me on that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Victor.
No. I mean, we don't need the space to do anything diabolic.
Exactly.
Well,
We just want, like I said earlier, peace of mind.
Peace of mind to think.
Peace of
And you see,
and that's one of the keys to controlling your man. Yeah,
well, of course.
Yeah, one of the keys.
One of the secrets is out. Okay, so this is coming from Isaac. Isaac from Appleton Concepts. He says, women with bad grooming attitude turns men off. And this is also coming from, okay, so Jake from Taco again says, a lady who says she can live without a man, one who allows the family to make decisions for her in a relationship, is a complete turn off. And then this is also coming from, hello, I'm Samson from Nsawam. I have a girlfriend who don't like demanding, but she always likes to go out with her friends without informing me, and also likes making calls. And when you ask her who she's talking to, then she will get angry at me. And when she's with me, she behaves normal. But when she's not with me, then she starts behaving different. This turns me off. So please, how am I going to live with her? Well, Kosi says you don't have a problem. Now listen to this interesting one. So fat women with loud makeups, especially the long eyelashes.
I beg you, we can omit the fat because
No.
we don't want to be body shaming.
Well, this is coming from Isaac. Isaac says, fat women with loud makeups, especially that long eyelashes. My brother, off.
I think now next I was going to go into the physical aspect of the things that turn men on and turn men off.
Well, we'll get there. So this is also coming from Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson from Ablekuma Farm Milk. And he says, turn-offs, lies, bad attitude, pride, bad communication skills. And then he also mentioned a few turn-ons, good looks, good cook, good smell, dresses. Well, I think so our turn-ons seem to be very simple, innit?
Definitely. Because personally, I'm a sapiosexual. So I'd like to meet a woman who
explain what you said.
I mean, somebody who is intelligent enough to vibe with me on a certain level. I mean, there are times you go on dates with women and all they talk about is hair, shoes, and nails. A lot of men wouldn't want that. Somebody who...
But some men also go out and they talk about football and cars.
Oh, not I mean, it depends.
We're talking about women now.
If the woman is interested, or if you can draw your interest to that, fine.
So they also try to draw your interest then?
No, I mean, come on. That's what I said. Some men wouldn't like that.
Well,
So for me, I'd probably like somebody who can vibe with me on a certain intellectual level. A lot of people would want that as well because you want to be able to sustain a conversation. And for me, when I meet people, first thing I look out for is what I can learn from them. So I want somebody I can learn from. A lot of the times. I mean, on a mental level, yes. On a physical level, everybody wants a woman who looks good, a woman who dresses well, a woman who smells good. You don't want the wishy-washy, anyhow makeup and the long eyelashes and the over-revealing dresses. I mean,
mentioning the over-revealing, let me tell you something. So this is on our Facebook page, those watching live, and this is coming from Yao Opuni. So Yao says, good evening, Nana Yao. Good evening, Yao. So regards to Kosifiaka and then Victor. Regards to you both. And good show on ETV and an awesome issue, pa. My turn off might seem odd, but here it is. A lady in tattered jeans. It's a no. It's extreme such that I'm hesitant to like pics on socials. I'm sure he means social media. Despite the picture being nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's,
a lady in
so
tattered
this
jeans.
is
Let me take the second one. So this is also coming from Kofi Hagan, and he said, "Hi gents, good show. My biggest turn off is a disrespectful, nagging, and demanding woman. Give me peace of mind, respect, and I will do everything to make you happy.
That's all.
I see you, Victor Hagan."
Those are the keys. Peace of mind, respect, you control. See, you follow you everywhere.
Exactly.
I mean, then we'll add the other physical ones to it.
Yeah.
And then we are good to go. I mean, so that's what we talk about the appearance and the hygiene. The hygiene.
Talk of hygiene.
You know, some people like to use their
Victor seems to have something about.
Talk of hygiene.
You want to say an experience?
Oh yeah.
Say it too.
Shall I feel it?
I'm not going to mention any names. So
Oh no.
she wouldn't even know. It was way back in JSS.
Hey! Shall I make you close?
Victor, JSS.
Oh yeah, way back in JSS.
Hey!
So I had this a crush on this lady in my class, and I was studying, like, you know, at that time, Charlie, I was more deep. I couldn't, I mean, just studying and stuff like that. One day, you know, she had bushy hair. One day I saw something that looked like a little maggot, sort of, just moving in her hair. And I mean, thinking of it later on, I realized probably she had just walked under a tree and it had fallen. But that was it. Like, the crash just went, you know. So hygiene is very key, you know. And what turned me off at that time is, at that very point is, if you're unable to keep like your hair neat and stuff like that, what about other places which, you know, I mean,
can you elaborate on the other places?
Oh no, this
Victor,
is for that.
are you the host?
I'm just asking you elaboration.
Leave Victor alone.
You know, so
He's sharing an experience, please.
yeah. So hygiene, trust me, it really turns a lot of us off. You know,
I
And
mean,
think,
bad hygiene. If you're not hygienic, it turns
bad
us
hygiene,
off.
yes.
I think it's a general thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a general thing.
I mean, so I was actually reading a post on Facebook where somebody asked, I mean, why did you, after the first date, not go back?
Yeah.
And 70% of the comments said because of bad hygiene, because she didn't smell good here, she didn't smell good there,
Exactly.
and all of that. For guys, that's a big deal. It's a major turn off.
Yeah.
It's a major turn off sexually. It's a major turn off when it comes to interactions as well.
Yeah.
Simply because you fully expect a woman to be able to keep herself in a certain way. I mean, I don't believe any of us would go back if Charlie the thing would be. I mean, at the end of the day. But I mean, that's on the lighter side. That's on the lighter side. But for a lot of people, you need to look good and you need to speak well. Communication is very important. You don't want the, excuse me to say, the Shona people will be shouting and saying or using all sorts of expletives when they're angry, demeanor, etc. I mean, I've seen very, very embarrassing scenes in public where women have been so uncouth and they've used certain expressions and certain words that they weren't supposed to use. And for a lot of these things, you realize that the men were left in a very flabbergasted state because they might have dealt with it over a period and didn't know it would escalate to that level. So for me, it's about ensuring that, first of all, you have a certain level of discipline. Every man would want that. That's a major turn on. And you have a certain level of composure, and most importantly, you speak well.
Well, I'm going to have to go on another break. But before I go, hear this. So this is coming from Joel Waja. Joel says, this is Joel, love your show. This is also coming from Albert Dogbaji, says, good evening. Alexander Kwame, good evening, guys. Good evening to you. And this is also coming from Milligard. Well, you are just laughing, which is okay. So Babite Florence says, please, I don't want money. All I need is more attention and care. The attention, All right, so I'm going to go on the next break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us. All right, so welcome back if you're just joining us. We are still in the men's lounge discussing the things that turns men on or off. So we haven't even started talking about what turns us on. We are still talking about what turns us off. Okay, and it's beginning to look already like we are likely to do a part 2. But before we get there, this is coming from Gills from Teshi. He says, well, I don't know whether it's a he or she. Well, it's a she. Gills, she. For me, a woman who strives to be her best turns me on. Simple. Hey, strives to be her best. I'm not sure what you mean, but we'll take that. I'm Wisdom Boatin. Some women really like nagging, and it really turns me off. Well, it's become a general thing. This is coming from Colors. Okay. My turn of our crabs. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but obviously you like intelligent women. This is also coming from Sintim. Good evening, guys. Great show. Major turn on is enough back size and breast. Jesus.
Oh my God.
And then major turn off with a warm body. Really well. Sintim doesn't like a lady with a warm body. I'm sure he likes vampires, I guess. Anyway, that's just by the way. So good evening, I'm Isaac from Achimota Ofanko. Turn offs are like women who talk a lot and demands also discipline too. I'm not very clear on this. This is also coming from PK from Taifa. My biggest turn off: hygiene, bad breath, decent dressing, unfriendly, and nagging. Turn-ons are attention, good communication, good cook, and crazy in bed. Well, you didn't explain that. You should have explained the crazy in bed. A good lady who is perfectionist is hell to be with. A lady who wants to be a perfectionist is hell to be with. Trust me, my girl always finds a problem in whatever I do. She always wants to be the intelligent one and will never accept her mistake, even if they are so clear. It turns me off so much, bro. This is coming from, excuse me, Nana Kwame Ronaldo. Hey, from Kaswa Otamens. I'm not sure where that is, but thank you for sending this message. And this is coming from, so Nathan says, excuse me, what's going on? My turn off: telling everybody you love me when our relationship is not fully matured. Victor, I'm sure this is similar to what you explained a couple of minutes ago. Yeah. And so let's continue. There's something I need to find out. Over time, I hear guys talking about how they don't like virgins, you know, and all that. Let me find out. Victor Kosi, could it be part? How would that be a turn off in the first place?
You see, these things, it depends. So I tell people it depends on a lot of things. Now, a lot of people say they don't like virgins because they believe that myth that once you break somebody's virginity, they're stuck onto you
forever.
Now, it depends on the motive with which you go into that relationship. Exactly. If you go into it with the ulterior motive of going to take advantage of somebody's daughter and run away, probably the cases will follow you. You never know. But looking at the nuances, it's very, very dicey. For me, I don't think about that. I don't care whether you're a virgin or not. It's none of my business. Yeah. I mean, everybody has a past, everybody has a present, everybody definitely would have a future. It doesn't matter. There are lots of things that are much more important than whether your hymen is broken or not.
But okay. No, Victor, before you come in, there's something interesting here. So let me just read it. This is coming from Frank from Takrady. Okay. So Frank says, keep the fire burning, guys. Great topic over there. My major turn-offs. Now listen. A lady with a male voice.
Oh my God.
Hold on. You're not done. A lady who wears men clothing outside the home.
Wow.
A lady who sees herself to know all.
Yeah.
A lady who argues and do not accept defeat. But I'm interested in the very first one. A lady with a male voice. Is it her fault? Is that her fault?
But it's his turn off.
Well, so for those watching on Facebook also, we have this coming from Enel's Kateno. Enel says, greetings, guys. Ladies who take advantage of guys when they go out shopping or for dinner. It's like they want to spend all your money in one day. Yeah. I tell you, my brother, these people have no intentions of going long term with you.
Well, eat all the things they've not eaten in their lives before.
I tell you, I thought I saw some. Anyway, before I get there, let me just announce the phone lines, okay, so that we can have people join us. The phone lines are open now, and it's 0555-657278. I repeat, 0555-657278. So let's talk about some of the turn-ons now. Yeah. Victor, what turns you on in a woman? In fact, in your wife or in your woman?
All right, so Let me talk about my wife.
Talk about your wife, Victor.
Charlie is collecting 3 points today.
Now, I met my wife at the workplace, right? And
workplace where? It's okay. You go on.
Okay, yeah. So, what turned me on about her from the onset was how smart she was. You know, in terms of dressing and walking, you know, like she was very brisk, you know, getting her job done and all that. And I was like, wow,
she seemed very composed.
Very composed, yeah. And apart from that, too, her physique, was so cute, you know.
And can you elaborate on the physique?
She was fair. I mean, she's fair. You know, I love her. Obakoko. It's
like that's a man light offer.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, Obakoko no attracted me. Then came the other stuff. So from a distance, you know, I observed her, and you know, I was like, you know, when you can tell.
Victor, looks like we already have a caller on the line. Please hold on. You continue from there. Good evening, caller. Your name and then where you are calling from, please.
Yes. Good evening. My name is Frimpong, Santa Maria.
Hi, Frimpong. Let's hear you.
Very interesting topic. I'm loving the discussion. Kusi, your man is a serious guy. And then your man, Victor, Charlie, you guys are serious. I mean, I'm learning so much this evening.
Okay.
Yeah. And the truth is that, my brother, if a woman can really talk, on the first date, she wants to take over the conversation. And me intensely off.
Really?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's all about her.
The first, we're meeting for the first time. You want to take over the conversation and see the man has nothing to offer. At least you have to exercise a little patience, listen to the man talk, have a very beautiful conversation, then you can leave. But some of them are very, very outspoken, and they always want to be domineering. I mean, that tells me off.
Okay.
Big ups to you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Frimpong. Thank you so much. Victor, let's continue.
I was saying, you know, you can tell a woman's attitude from the way she walks. You know, you find a woman walking so, you know, slowly and sexy while she's at work. You know, so for my wife, like I realized this woman is a serious lady, you know, and we were acquainted. Now, during our dating, like, you know, just at the early stages, I remember I got to a time I had my bag, my laptop bag was wearing out. You know, I carry my laptop bag everywhere as an IT guy. You know, just from the blue, she just bought me a bag, and at that time we were just friends. You know, so it's like, wow, this is a woman. You know, every man wants a woman who would, you know, buy into his vision, like roll with me, you know, help me, support me, you know, compliment me.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt that from the very beginning, you know, and that really turned me on about her.
Well, Victor, I'm not sure whether I should go to Kosi, but I might just come to you because I'm very, very much pressed for time. Well, so what I want to say is that we've had a little discussion on the turn-offs. We haven't spoken about the turn-ons, right? Yeah. But I'll come to you, Kosi. Now, I'm beginning to feel like we need to do a second part of this so we can have a look. But again, I feel very unfair. I have a feeling we should bring the ladies also. Maybe we should break our virginity once.
And let them tell us.
Let them also tell us one or two things. What do you think? Maybe after next week we can bring some ladies.
But we need to be coaching them.
Without you, Kosi.
Oh my God. See, this man, I don't know what I have done.
You will not be here. Kosi, let me hear you. Your last words.
You said I won't be here, so.
Your last words.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what I've done to this man. He has a really nice shirt. But most importantly, I mean, we talked about turn-offs and turn-ons. Most important thing is we need to understand that it's about complementing each other. So we're doing stuff to please each other. Very exhaustive topic. A lot we haven't said, a lot we are yet to say. But then the eyes see, the hands feel, the heart beats. Most important thing is they do that in coordination based on what we like.
Nice one, Kosi. So we're going to have to bring this particular episode to an end. However, we've learned a lot with the turn-offs and the turn-ons. Only a few on the turn-ons. But I'm thinking we should bring ladies somewhere next week or two into the studio to discuss, to the lounge to discuss what their turn-offs and whether they accept all that we have said. I'm sure they will denounce most of the things, but do we even care? We don't. So before I leave, let me just remind you of one thing. So healthy discourse on matters pertaining to national development help to build strong national institutions. Intense polarization on the other hand reduces discussions on national issues to just the perspective of a few. Instead of emotional outbursts over national issues, let's focus on the facts. Fact Sheet, a new current affairs show that seeks to delve deeper into the facts surrounding burning national issues, is coming soon on eTV Ghana. If it's not a fact, it is not to be discussed. So, Fact Sheet show coming soon on eTV Ghana, your world of quality entertainment. This is all we can do with you today. We're going to come your way next week with another exciting episode of the Men's Lounge. But before then, please stay safe. Keep observing the COVID protocols. COVID is still lurking around the corner. We'll see you next week. Thank you.